Hello everyone, my name is Adi Chauhan and I'm your host for this amazing series of quantity surveying program. It's episode number 14 and today we're gonna talk about steel reinforcement, rebar calculation for our villa project. We will calculate the quantities for the footing, column, beam, slab and staircase etc. by considering different steel dia, rebar weight, center to center spacing, concrete cover, weight and quantities in the kg and in the tons etc. And at the end we will fill this quantity in the BOQ which is prepared by NRM2 work section BOQ. I will try my best to explain you in detail. And for the calculation I'm going to use PlanSwift templates. You can use any other software, manual Excel sheet or other tool. The main concept is to get the desired result by following all the factors. And when it comes to steel reinforcement calculation, there are different options and method. The first one is you can measure from the scale drawing. The second, you can follow the bar bending schedule. And the third one, you can use the consultant engineers provided thumb rule, like slab is 1% of the concrete, beam is 2%, which is not very accurate. I will try my best to give you the example from all the method. What if you have limited details? You don't have the scale drawing, still how to get the maximum result? We'll focus on it. It's the most requested topic and yet it's not very simple calculation. So during the video you might have some questions or doubt, so I will suggest you to watch till end. Hopefully most of your doubt will automatically clear. And if something is pending, you can ask me at the end of the video by dropping a comment or contact me through the social media application. So hopefully you will enjoy this video. It's very interesting topic. Now without any delay, let's get started. Have to follow the BOQ, so you can see here the sizes are already mentioned here. Mild steel bar are 8 and 10 dia and high yield steel bar are 12 and 16, and the unit we need here tons. Why we need tons? And maybe in other BOQs you have seen it kgs. So for your information, NRM2 says the steel quantity has to mention by tons. Concern is how to get the steel quantity in kgs. So I will help you to understand by considering all the factors. So let's start one by one. The first one here is pad footing. We have the details here for the pad footing F1, F2 and 3. So it says 1.8 is the length, 1.5 is the width. We can say also the longer side of the footing is 1.8 and the shorter side is 1.5. Okay, then T12, it's the dia. So 12 mm dia is the steel size and 150 center to center. So we have the detail of the F1, we just need to calculate accordingly. But this is not only the detail. Let me show you a picture on the screen. We have to consider the vertical bend as well, and it's on the both sides. And then the concrete cover. So we have to consider all the things. We have to consider the shorter side or longer side, the vertical bend and the concrete cover. All of these things. So I have already created all the template. I just need to activate it and you will see how easy it is for me to measure. So what is the pad footing type? It's F1. What is the dia? It's 12. We can define the weight as well, so it will be easy for us. Software will directly give us in kg. Fine. So dia, weight and center to center is 150. Fine. The longer side is 1.8. We can simply type here as well. The short side is 1.5. It's in meter. And the vertical bend, which is on the both side, it's 0.4, 0.5. You can define accordingly. And it's on both sides, so I keep it both. And the concrete cover, which is almost 0.05 on the both side. So this is only the information. You will see how actually it works. Press OK. It's activate. Now we simply need to click wherever the F1 is. 1, 2, 3. Once we're done, you will see here software shows total F1 is 137 kg. Now it's considering the weight, it's considering the steel bar size and everything, and that's the total 137.2 kg. Let's measure all and at the end I will show you the detail. Second one is F2. Again activate this, provide a name, it's F2. What is the dia size? it's 16. What is the weight? 1.58, and center to center is 200. Fine, this is the information by following the schedule. Okay, the longer side is 2.0, the short side is 1.7. Even I can type as well. If it's not written here, I can type. Vertical band is same, cover is same. Press OK, and now simply you need to click wherever you see the F2. Here, there, we simply need to click. Let's move for F3. We'll show you now the total is, this is the detail. And if you go to estimating tab, you can see the total result. F1 is 182 kg, 381, 207, 418. You can see the total detail. Software will show you here dia as well. Software will show you the bar weight as well and the total number. Okay, so this was all about footing. So footing we have already done it. Now let's move. The next one is neck column. To get more information, we can focus here on the detail. So in the drawing it mentioned we have 10 vertical rods and the rod size is 16 mm dia each, and there are total 10 rods. So at least we know the rod size. This is one. The second is the links, stirrups. It's center to center 150 and it's 8 dia. So at least we have the information, and even we have the length and width of column. This is one thing. Second, to get the quantity of the steel rod, if you can focus on 1, simply we can multiply by 10. So to get the quantity of 1, we need to see the section. So in the section you can see, firstly we need to know the length of the column, height of the column, plus there are bends. So you need to know what is the bend horizontal size and what is the bend which is vertical. These two things you need. And you can see the section after the beam and slab, there is extra rod height as well. We have to consider that as well. Okay, so if we sum all of these to get one rod size, we can simply multiply by 10. Now either you use the Excel sheet or the PlanSwift software or the calculator, it doesn't matter. I will use the PlanSwift template. It's very powerful, you will see now. So what is the dia size? I can mention it's 16. The bar weight, number of rods, it's 10 quantity. The height is 1.6 as per the section. And extra, how much extra do you want to consider after the slab above? So I can consider here 1.50. According to the section you can add more, maybe 2.0, or depends. Okay, fine. Once you enter this information, bends. So do you have a vertical bend? What is the size of vertical bend and what is the size of horizontal bend? You can enter those information as well, and how many bend size you have, you can enter the information. Once you're done, press OK and simply click wherever you see it. We have done all C1. The second one is C2, and here you can see it's 8 rods. Okay, active again, give a name, it's C2, and dia is 16, weight, rods are 8, and the height is 1.6, extra, bend, all the information, and simply click on it. Once you're done, just open the estimating tab, you can see the total. So neck column 1, this is the total kg, neck column 2, you can see the total in kgs. Okay, 14 number and 1 number, so I will show this as well, plus the dia and their weight. As you notice, it's very simple in PlanSwift, just few clicks required and task is done. It's because of templates and customization. If you're interested to learn, I will suggest you to have a look on my channel. There are already many videos about basic training, PlanSwift templates and advanced etc. And if you're confused, feel free to drop a comment or contact me through LinkedIn. I will try my best to explain you. Now moving forward. After the pad footing and neck column, the next one is stirrups, links. How many do we need? What is the length of this? We need to get the total quantity as well. So have a look on the details. Here we have 2 links, the bigger one and shorter one. Plus we know it's 8 dia, 8 mm on 150 center to center. Fine. So basically we need here two things. One, how many links we have, and second, the link length. If we have the link length multiplied by how many we need, we can get the total quantity. Very simple. So the link length quantity include the four side excluding the cover, okay, plus the hooks. We have to consider the hook length as well. If we consider this all, we will be able to get the length of one link, and the same link length we can multiply by the number of links. Now how to know the number of links? We don't have information here, still it's very easy. So if you know the height of the column divided by center to center, you will automatically know that as well. Manually it takes time to prepare the Excel formula. So I will simply use the PlanSwift tool. You will see how easy it is for me. So simply mention the name of the link, the dia, width, bar height, and center to center, how much it is. We can follow this and enter the information. Then the detail about big link and the short one. So ignoring the cover, I provide the side A 0.4, ignoring the cover 0.05 from the right side, 0.05 on the left side. I've ignored this, and this side multiply by 2. Same side B multiply by 2. So it's basic formula. I have considered this all. Press OK, and now I simply need to click. Once I'm done, total neck column stirrups are 156 kg. If you go to estimating tab, you can see the detail there as well. So C1 stirrups are 156 kg, 8 mm dia. So that was the neck column, links, and the rod calculation. Now the same way we can work on our ground floor and first floor column, etc. Only one thing, on the final floor we will not consider the extra height of steel reinforcement because there is no column ahead, but the rest of the concept is same. I hope you understand it. Now next we'll talk about the beam and the slab calculation. If we understand the concept, it will be easy for us. We can see the information TB1, 2 and 3. The width is 0.2 and the height is 0.6. This height is including the slab. If we subtract the slab, the remaining is 0.45. So basically we have the width and height, one thing. Second, we need to know how many rods are in the beam, on the top, in the middle, at the bottom. So on the top there are 3 bars are running. At 16 mm dia, 3 bars are running, and at the bottom there are 3 bars at 16. In the middle there are 2. So basically 3, 3, 6 and 2, 8. That's how it gonna look alike. 3 bars on the top, 2 in the middle and 3 at the bottom. So total 8 bars are running in each beam. So if we succeed to get the length of the beam, we can calculate the total rod quantity. So apart from these 8 rod, we have few extra bar bendings as well. If you can see on the screen, there are extra bar which is bending. So it's maybe 0.75 or maybe 1 meter. We have extra on each side. Somewhere it's on both sides and one side. We have to consider this as well. Okay, but basically 8 bars, 3 on the top, 2 in the middle, 3 at the bottom, 8 bars and extra bar bending as well. If we have this all, we can simply get the calculation. So now again, you already understand the concept. So I'm going to activate the tool. Simply provide the information here. For me, the beam 1, 2, 3 is almost same. If you consider in one go, still it's fine for us. So dia is 16 mm, the weight, it's fine, and the rod quantity, how many bars you have it. So I have 8, fine. Then center to center, how many? It will help us for the links. So it's 0.15. Again, this is all the information from the schedule, nothing from our side. The next one is extra bar bending. So each extra bar bending is 0.75 and it's on both sides of each beam. Okay, and then the cover. This is cover to exclude from the quantity of steel. So press OK, and now we simply need to highlight. So if we highlight from to there, software will show the total quantity. I'll change the color, it's 49. Now I'll add another section from here to there. So software consider the cover, software consider the 2 sides bending, software consider the length, rod size, 8 number of rod, everything is inside. I simply need to highlight. Once we're done, we can see here this is the total beam quantity. If you find out the steel bars are different, you can click here and add next time different dia, different weight, different center to center. You can consider all. Once we're done, we can go to estimating tab and we can see the total steel bar are 1090 kg considering the 16 mm dia. And if you want to know the stirrups, the links inside, so you can see here at the bottom software show us here 235 kg stirrups are also required. Links 8 mm. So that was the concept of beam calculation. Now the same way you can get the quantities from other floor as well. Now imagine if you're working on different project and you find out bar bending details are different, beam lengths are different. So no worries, PlanSwift templates are helping us here. We can customize and adjust the templates according to our desired result. So main here is concept and we get the result. The next one is slab reinforcement, and there are two different types. One is wire mesh and second is rod mesh. So on the ground floor it's a wire mesh, and NRM2 says, if you open the page 163, it says the wire mesh has to be stated in square meter. It's not in tons. We simply need a square meter and we need to mention in a Excel sheet. Wire mesh, simply area is required. You can give a name, press OK and simply highlight. And you can see here steel slab wire mesh is 116, almost 117, and simply open an Excel sheet and you need to type here 117. That's it. So let's talk about the common rod mesh type. So if you check the details, here we have the thickness, and in this thickness we have the bottom mesh and the top both. This is one thing. Second, what is the rod? It is the 12 mm rod at 150 center to center. So considering this detail, we have to know how many bars are on the longer side, like this. So we need to know how many bars we need on a longer side and how many on the shorter side. So this is how a mesh gonna look like, firstly for the top and then the bottom. So if we succeed getting the shorter and longer size total quantity of the bar, we can multiply by 2 and we will have the bottom and top both mesh. But let's focus on the first one. So this is the total quantity we need. I divided into a box. So same practice we can do it on the second as well. It will be easy for us if we do it as a box by box, okay? Because we can apply the formula and quantity getting is much easier. You will see now. Create a PlanSwift tool. Provide a name here. It's a slab. So steel slab for the first floor. What is the dia? We can see the information and type here 12 dia. What is the weight? Simple thing. Center to center is 0.15. And if you want to consider both in one go, this is also easy now. I consider both. And what is the longer side? You can see here 11.05. Simply type. What is the short size? You can type as 7.45. Fine. Once we enter this all the information, press OK and just one click required. Considering all of these factors, software will tell you the total. This is the steel slab in kg. So why to spend a lot of time when software can do it by one click? Same practice. Do you want to repeat it here as well? Create a tool, give the detail. It's the slab for the first floor. What is the dia? The weight, top and bottom both require the longer side. This is the one thing only. What is the longer size? 5.35. What is the shorter side? 4.30. Press OK and one click. Here you have the total quantity. Now few click and task is done. This was about the rod mesh from top and bottom. But what if you have extra bar bending, or maybe you have the schedule, you have the detail? So how to measure if you have the detail for the rod size, rod length and quantity of rod? Then it's much easier. Let me give you the example by considering the extra reinforcement. Simply use the PlanSwift template, give a detail here. How much is the slab? Mention the detail only slab extra reinforcement dia, bar weight center to center, this information you have to provide it. Bar bending length, you can see in a schedule it's 6 meter. What is the bar quantity? 50, 40, 30, type it. Just one click, software will tell you the total. Right click and stop. That's the total kg you need. Now the next one is staircase. So let's focus on the staircase now. So we'll get the quantity in 3 phases. Firstly, we'll get the quantity of steps. There are rods in the step. Second, the rods which are in the slab. And the third rod which is at the bottom. So if we have 3 quantities, we can get the total result. So the first one is staircase step. Here in each step there is one rod which is 10 mm dia and total steps are 22. It's already mentioned. Plus each step width is 1.10. This is the width of the step and the detail of step. Now you can use the PlanSwift template, calculator or Excel sheet. You will see how easy it is. Staircase step, what is the dia, weight, steel rod, how many are there? We can see in the detail there is only one. Then how many steps you can mention here if it's more or less. This is important. What is the rod length? So it's 1.10, we can see here, but we have to exclude the cover from the right side and from the left side, 0.05 from here and there. So by excluding that, the rod length remaining is only 1. Okay, fine. Once we enter this all information, press OK and just click anywhere. We have considered all the steps. Once we click, software will show us the total quantity of steps are, by considering everything, it's 13.6 kg by one click only. The next one is the rods in the slab. So we can see the rod size is different. Here it's 16 mm, then here it's different, it's 12 mm, and on the landing it's different. So we can divide accordingly, no worries. So it's very simple. Create a PlanSwift template, give a name, it's a waist slab. Then what is the dia? You can choose accordingly. It's 12 mm dia. You can choose weight accordingly. This will help you to get the total kg. Steel rod, how many do you have here? So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can count till here, so you will know the total rods are 30. So 30 rods are here of 12 mm dia plus the rod length which is 1 meter. We have already seen in the detail. Once you get this information, press OK and click. Only one time for record. Once we click, software will show us here it's 26.7. So we have considered the rods till here, okay, till here only. But in the landing slab it's different. It's 16 mm dia. Before it was 12 mm. No worries. We'll again create the item, give a name here, landing slab. What is the dia? 16. You can choose the weight, steel rod. So you can calculate here these all the rod. So it's total 26 rod. Dia is same, weight is same, length. Press OK and simply click. This is also done. You can see the total quantity. Now the second waist slab is pending. So again start the item, give a name, waist slab 2, dia is 12, weight is 0.88 and the steel rods are 23. Okay, press OK and click. Once you're done, you can see here 2 waist slab and the landing. Software show you the total quantity. Once we finish the quantity of this all, one more thing is pending. If you can see on the screen, there are rod which is at the bottom, and maybe there are 6 to 8 rods running parallelly. So we have to get the quantity of this also. Okay, if you have the drawing, it will be easy. Otherwise you can get the quantity of 1 and multiply by 8. So let me give you the example. If you have the actual drawing, the right drawing as per scale, so how to get the quantities then? I will minimize the other quantity. So click here, choose the details, staircase, steel rod. How many rod do you have inside? 6 or 8, you can choose accordingly. You can see here. Then what is the dia size, bar weight, press OK. The main concept is highlighting. The way you highlight, software will give you the total quantity. You can see here the total quantity. Software shows here 244 kg is already done. Fine, keep highlighting. Fine, we have covered this all is done. Software show the quantity. So following the same method, you can highlight there as well. So once you finish the quantity, how it's gonna look like, let me show you quickly. Software will show you the total quantity. Total quantity here is 1083. So once you finish all, you can go to estimating tab and you can see the detail. This is all we have measured till now. Total quantity for the staircase, for the slab, beam, column, links, neck column and pad fitting. Software shows the total detail. And to have a more nice view, we can go to the reports and we can see the detail here. And 10 mm dia we have it for the staircase steps. 12 mm we have it for the pad fitting, for the slab, for the staircase we can see the detail, and total 12 mm dia is 2837. 16 mm dia we have it for the beam, for the column, for the neck column, pad fitting, slab and staircase, and sum of this all we can see the total quantity is 7014. So in report it's more easy for us. We don't need to sum manually. Whatever the total quantity we see here, we can simply type it in Excel sheet, okay, which is prepared by NRM2 work section BOQ. So by typing it, our task is done. We have the total 8 mm dia steel bar, almost 1 ton. 10, this is the quantity. 12 mm 2.8 tons, 16 mm 7 tons. We can see the total details here. So today our task was to get the total steel quantity of different dia, 8, 10, 12 and 16, and I guess we have done it very well. And maybe a few things you have noticed I skipped, so no worries, I'm not a contractor. I was trying my best to explain you how actually it works, how to get the total steel quantity for the slab, for the beam, for the column, etc. And I hope I get success explaining you the concept here. Second, you have seen how powerful the PlanSwift templates are. If you're interested to learn especially these templates, I will suggest you to stay connected, because very soon I'm going to share a detailed video about all these templates which I have used. And secondly, if you're new to templates, check out my playlist on the channel by the name of PlanSwift template. It will give you the information how it works. And for your practice, I have already given the download link in the description. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Stay connected and keep learning, guys.